Reader's Guide to the book Maximize Your Child's Bilingual Ability. The Reader's Guide offers a range of key questions tied to the content of this book for consideration by individuals and groups. Not all questions will apply to every reader. A number of them could be important to you now. Some might be more appropriate in the future when your child is older, and others won't be as relevant to your situation. My hope, though, is that this guide will help you reflect more deeply on your bilingual journey in order to grow even more effective in your efforts and realize even greater success over the years ahead. Number 1. What are the benefits to your mind in raising a bilingual child? For the child, for you, for your family near and far, for others, for the world. Number 2, how strongly do you believe that your actions each day, even your small actions, make an important difference to the larger success of your bilingual quest? Number 3, which of your current circumstances are favorable for your success? Which circumstances are less favorable? How will you address these less favorable conditions to raise the odds of success? Number 4, how will you stay mindful of your bilingual aim? Does this include writing about your experience in some form? Number 5, in what ways are you proactive in your efforts? Could you be more proactive in some way? Number 6, what are the key habits and routines that form the foundation of your daily efforts? How disciplined are you about maintaining these habits and routines? What sort of short-term projects do you pursue or could pursue? Number 7, are you taking conscious advantage of the cracks in your day to increase your support for the minority language? Number 8, what challenges could potentially arise in the future? Can you avoid or reduce such challenges through preventive medicine, by foreseeing the difficulty and taking preventive action beforehand? Number 9, how do you view the frustrations you face, and how do you handle them? Number 10, how serious are you about achieving your bilingual goal, and how playful are you in the way you pursue this aim each day? Describe the balance you hold between the two. Number 11, how fully do you engage in interactions with your children, including the times they interrupt? Number 12, choose a current challenge and think very creatively and resourcefully about possible ways to address it. Brainstorm on paper. Number 13, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are you really trying each day? Are you satisfied with the level of your effort? If not, what more could you do? Number 14, what are your expectations for your children's attitude and effort? Are you firm about maintaining these expectations? Number 15, are you consistent about your actions while also staying flexible to meet the natural evolution of your circumstances? Number 16, what is your view of failure when it comes to raising a bilingual child? Number 17, do you ever feel alone on your bilingual journey? How do you cope with this feeling? Number 18, are you keeping a journal on your kids to capture their young lives for posterity? How often do you make entries? Number 19, describe your archive for preserving your children's written work. Number 20, Do you regularly feel appreciation for the many positive aspects of your journey and your life? Number 21. How would you rate your bilingual aim as a priority in your life? Is it as high a priority as it should be to realize the height of this goal? Number 22. In what ways do you try to inform yourself on the subject of raising bilingual children? Do you think these efforts are sufficient? What more could you do? Number 23. The two core conditions for fostering active language ability are exposure and need. How many hours of meaningful exposure is your child receiving in the minority language each week? Does this amount of exposure seem adequate? If not, how can you increase the hours of regular language exposure? Number 24. Does your child feel a real need to actively use the minority language with you and with others? If not, what can you do to strengthen this feeling of need? Number 25. What is your family's strategy for the use of your languages? Is this the best approach for your family at this time? Why? Number 26. Are your daily actions in proportion to the size of your challenges and the scale of your aim? Number 27. In what ways are you trying to encourage your children's active use of the minority language? Number 28. Describe the state of your resources in the minority language. What resources do you have? How active are you when it comes to bringing new resources into your home? Do you consciously seek out resources that can connect to your children's current passions and interests, like home-run books? Number 29. Are you mindfully making productive choices that will empower, not undercut, the growth of the minority language? Number 30. What does your circle of support look like, from your spouse and other family members to school and the wider community? Have you experienced any difficulties, like a lack of support for your bilingual aim? How did you deal with these contrary reactions? What more can you do to strengthen the support around you? Number 31. Do you make a conscious effort to talk a lot to your children, day after day, to provide them with ample input in the minority language? Number 32. Are you reading aloud in the minority language for at least 15 minutes every day? If not, how can you establish and sustain this vital routine? Number 33. What does your home library look like? About how many real books do you own, both children's books and books for adults? How many of these are children's books in the minority language? How can you build a larger home library of minority language books? Number 34. In what other ways are you making efforts to create a home environment that's rich in sources of print in the minority language? Number 35. How are you making use of captive reading to promote literacy development and overall language ability? Number 36. Describe the various ways you use stories and storytelling to nurture language development and interest in the minority language. Number 37. How often do your children hear music in the minority language? Are you getting new music on a regular basis to match their growing maturity and interests? Number 38. What kinds of games do you play with your children? How could you take even greater advantage of games to fuel progress and make the minority language fun? Number 39. Are you mindfully making use of the many images around you to engage your children in the minority language? How? Number 40. Are you using passive media like TV, DVDs, and online video as supplemental input to more interactive exposure? And are you actively emphasizing such media in the minority language while consciously limiting this exposure in the majority language? Number 41. Do you have a daily homework routine? Is it effective and sustainable with a steady stream of suitable resources? Number 42. Do your children go to school in the majority language? Are you clearly aware of the impact this can have on their bilingual development? Number 43. In what ways do you promote ties in the minority language with distant grandparents and other loved ones? Is there more that you can do? Number 44. How are you nurturing your child's sense of value in the minority language and a positive attitude toward bilingual ability? Number 45. How are you able to sustain your daily persistence and long-term perseverance? In what ways do you rest and recharge your energy mentally and physically?